Have you ever wondered what the real title of Frieren actually means? You may find it to portray Frieren as an even cooler character than the English title does. Let's find out. The Japanese title is Sousou no Frieren. We start off with Sousou, a word that we won't usually come across.
What does it mean, bro?
Well, whatever dictionary you use may tell you it means funeral, but that doesn't quite tell the full story. Let's analyze the kanji to see the true meaning. This kanji represents bury, as in burial when it comes to the passing of a person. You can find it in the verb homuru, to entomb. This kanji means escort or send. If you're familiar with okoru, to send, this is the same kanji.
So, burial and send?
Kind of. If we consider these two kanji's meaning, sousou can be interpreted as funeral, but it includes the process in which the deceased is sent as if ushered to the afterlife, probably by attending the procession or by being more directly involved in the whole burial ceremony. You know, a metaphorical sending off.
But isn't there another word for burial?
Well, in Japanese there's many words that mean the same thing. It's just that many of those words have a nuanced meaning to them. This can also explain why some versions of a word are used for different contexts. Before we go over no, Frieren is this girl's name. Now we have no, and you may know this as the property particle if you watch our videos. If you haven't, here are some easy examples. So, if we apply this knowledge to what we have here, we have something like Frieren of the funerals, the Frieren of funerals, or burials Frieren.
Bro, that sounds kinda lame.
I don't know what you're talking about, Doge-kun.
Well, I'm glad the title got adapted. So, Beyond Journey's End is based off an interpretation of Sousou? What kind of mental gymnastics were applied?
If we think of sousou as a word that describes the process of sending someone off to the afterlife, not through violence but by being by their side during the burial or funeral process, we can interpret it as Beyond Journey's End. In this case, we imagine the end of someone's life as their burial, and what lies beyond that end as the afterlife. Thus, the phrase suggests a transition from the conclusion of one's earthly story, the journey's end, to what exists beyond it, which is the journey to the afterlife. In this way, the interpretation makes some sense. I'll offer a different way to look at the Japanese title, one that is closer to the original Japanese and a more direct interpretation. You can think of it as Frieren belonging to or being owned by her role within a funeral, the Frieren of funerals. We can also consider that Frieren is a verb in German that means to be cold. So we can somehow twist this interpretation as the coldness of funerals? Maybe that's doing too much. Like and subscribe if you find this content useful, and don't forget to activate the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of our videos. I hope you'll have a wonderful afternoon, and I'll see you in the next video. じゃあねー。